Good afternoon, everyone. I'm here again, but this year I think I do something very different because I'm overwhelmed. Most of my time in Singapore, I'm spending that with my, all my knowledge and sharing with the government, but I also learn a lot of things. So what are we going to talk about today? Uh, we this is the third generative AI event I've presented. In fact, everybody wants to learn about AI, but have you ever thought about the other dark side? Have they already deployed AI? So if you think about that, they are much advanced than us, trust me. And if you are still using password to lock in, you are very vulnerable. So what am I going to share with you is all the governments. I actually handle different countries, but Singapore is always a guinea pig. They are always the one being attacked most, not only the government, but also the bank accounts, all right? So what I think what you're going to take away is that I'm going to show you later a video how a malware attack our bank account and wipe it out. That was a last year video. I have to show you the last year video. Why? Because if I show you this year video, you won't catch anything at all because it's happening so fast. Within seconds, you see your whole bank account wipe out. Okay? So let's slowly move on to first thing first. We need to acknowledge one thing. All right? If you are really looking at AI and all those stuff, well, good. Fast, better efficiency and lower cost. But if you are still using password, 80% of all breaches came from there. Whether it's a ransomware, it's going to be. Now, I'm giving you some examples, the latest examples. All right, government in Indonesia have the whole data center being robbed. I would say shut down until they don't even have money to pay out. So the attacker actually return back all the data. In Singapore, very advanced country, we have people who actually shared root admin password. When the guy was fired, he came back Singapore and then he tried to attack again. I mean, 100 over servers were down. This is ransomware. MGM in Las Vegas was shut down. I was one of the very few to actually got to know because Macau MGM called me to actually immediately pass them the authenticators, the FIDO authenticators. I'm not here to teach you anything yet, but remember, right, if you're using password, it's a problem, so there's a way to solve that. Now, how vulnerable are we when we are using password? I'm sure all of you have at least 50 passwords, and most of it can be seen on the iPhone. I'm going to show you mine, all right? Nothing different, all right? In the setting, if you look at password, okay, there's this thing called password there at the center, you see? If you click on it, you need your face recognition. Now, trust me, it has been hacked already. Whatever 3D, whatever, all this easily have been taken over by the malware, all right? Now you can see, I just use binance.sg and actually can see the password. If you don't believe, you go in the setting password, you can see all your password there. You forget a password, come here, okay? All right, so this is how vulnerable. If your phone has been compromised, they know every single password. My DBS Bank, Citibank, all in there, including something called passkey. Have you heard of a passkey, FIDO passkey? You can keep the passkey on Yubico use this, the highest level. You cannot copy this, but you keep your passkey into your iPhone. This is where they can. Okay? So not all authenticators are similar. If you have I think no passkey is actually still FIDO. They say it's phishing resistant, but it's easily compromised. Now let me move on. If you are using password, no authentication is bad enough. But even if you have authenticators like one-time PIN, SMS, there's this thing called phishing, which is a fake login page. If you look carefully, in Singapore, this is quite recent as well, Domino Pizza has a fake login page. Even the police say, you cannot tell from the font, the size, the color, even the URL. We used to catch URL, right? You look at the URL, this is fake. No more. It's all mirrored. So how do you know which is a real or which is fake? Even Google also says no point testing your employee. Your created fake login page look at more fake than the actual fake. All right? Because they are real. They look at real. So Google also stopped this. And this is another issue. Now, let me simply explain to you how they catch your ID and password. They give you this fake login page. Okay? This one. You key in your ID, you key in your password, you wait for SMS OTP, you key in again. That's where they got everything. And then they start to go to the right login page and they start. Now, this is, luckily, it's only pizza ordering. If this is a bank account, you gave everything away. So, the scary part is, the last year, when they have malware issue, all the banks in Singapore especially were trying to find a solution. They come up with an app shield. They say, okay, mobile phone, now we will install something called the app shield, right? Scam shield app. But the scam shield app actually has the malware. How embarrassing. It's post-bank anyway. So what is a malware? Have you ever seen a malware work? Now, okay, I scare you a bit more. Most people say the malware works well on the Android, but iOS is already compromised. This is February this year. Whatever you got 3D recognition, face, whatever, they hack. Okay, so scare you a bit more. When the government came back to us and sitting down and looking to solve this manual issue, last few months there's something more worse. Because I have a living friend that actually got it. He was trying to update a Samsung app. It's a very good app, used every day, very normal app. Once they do the update, the phone start flickering and start opening up all his bank account. It's very fast, in a second. Try so hard to off the phone. So what do you think? Is it a human doing it? No more. Now, first thing first, they must have a malware like this. And there are 300,000 still selling in the dark web. So many of them are 0 day. Second thing, all the hacker needs to do is to put this malware into a very legitimate app. Not a app that you don't know buying some cheap stuff. All right, legit app. The third thing is let AI do the job. So I cannot show you the AI version this year because it's really happening too fast. I can only show you the manual version last year, which is have to trick you all the way to install the AI, the malware, and then they will ask you all your PIN and stuff. So let's go through this in slow motion, okay?
Oh my gosh, why is the phone moving on its own? Hubby, quick!
This could be you. Plus, if you have a habit of saving your username and passwords on a note app on your device, you could be doubly vulnerable to malware scams. Here's how it happens. You come across an ad on social media for seafood, mantou, beer, mooncakes, or cleaning services. You start a chat on Messenger to discuss your purchase. They ask you for your mobile number to WhatsApp you. They then send you a link to click and download an app to choose your products and make your purchase. On WhatsApp, they'll tell you you've been given a $10 rebate and ask you to check your bank account. You'll open your bank app, type in your username, password, and OTP, and see the money credited. What a good deal. Not. Here's where the trouble starts. The app you downloaded contains malware, giving the scammer remote access to view and control your device. By asking you to access your bank app, they were able to record your username and password. At night, when you were unaware, they remotely accessed your phone. They clicked on your bank app, keyed in your username and password, and wait for the SMS OTP to come through. Before inputting the number and logging into your bank account, they delete the SMS, so you would never know they were even there. Once logged into your app, they then increase your funds transfer limit and make funds transfers out. You don't even know it's happening. That's how a malware scammer steals your money. Chirp blocks scammers from accessing your bank account when you have a malicious app on your phone. But it is important to stay vigilant. Don't download apps from unknown sources and strangers. Only download apps from the official app stores. This way, you won't give malware scammers access to your phone and to your bank account.
This is last year. They say don't download any not legitimate app, but legit app already been compromised. Why? Because it's so easy to bribe an app guy. There are thousands of legit app in our app store, right? All you need is to bribe the guy. It's in millions, and trust me. Because OCBC itself lost 300 over millions for the last 2 years by scammer, malware, everything else. Now, let me just go further a bit. So what did the regulators do? All right. I spent a lot of time at MAS, and they came up with this thing called, now, if you want to have MFA for your banking account, you better be, number one, passwordless. We talk about that. Number two, out-of-band authentication. What does it mean? It means that if you are using your mobile phone to do mobile banking, your authenticator cannot be inside here. I mean, you all heard about authenticator like Microsoft, Google authenticators, right? Or even one-time PIN creation, SMS, come back here. They need you to have a out-of-band authenticator, all right? Out-of-band authentication, which is outside. Must be a separate device. So that when you have a remote control malware on your phone or your desktop, it cannot just everything go through one device. It has to prove that you have another one, to prove that this. So this is what we call zero trust. I have mine on my wrist. This is my zero trust. In fact, you're thinking, why am I having a watch? It's not a watch. It's also still a Yubico. This is how most people who already get out the password, go passwordless. This is my passkey on my hand. Nobody can log in without this. You have to rob me, you have to torture me for the PIN before you can log in. Right? Better kidnap me together. Then there's no more cybercrime, it's all physical crime. Correct? This is called really zero trust. This is the real world zero trust, not like some software or hardware trying to manipulate, oh, you're the right guy. No. This me, only me, carry this around. That's it. Okay, so I have 2 minutes to tell you exactly how the bank solved the problem, or the government solved the problem. But number one, of course, go by industry. NIST only certified two solutions that is phishing resistant. When we say phishing resistant, is the fake web page. You remember the fake web page like the Domino Pizza? Only two solutions. Only two. If they have more, they will tell you. But after 100 years, so many years, FIDO and smart card. So you all know what is a smart card? Same thing. If you want to steal the identity of a government smart card, logging into the government data, you have to rob me and torture me for the PIN. Same for the FIDO PIN. Now, I want to show you, everyone is already going to this stage of going passwordless, even iCloud. If you have iCloud and still use password, because iCloud store all your password anyway, I'm going to show you that you can actually use this key, one key, same key, to enable your sign in and security, change it to hardware token passkey. Okay, look carefully. It's going to the server. You can select two-factor authentication. All right. Previously, we all been using only one factor, which is password. And then they can ask you, would you like to set up security keys? And Apple only work with Yubico. You can look at the shape of the key, it's actually Yubico keys anyway. So in fact, they ask for two. Why? Because this become your zero trust one and only, right? We normally back up another one. Just like your car key. If you lost your car key, you better go home and pick up the other one and duplicate again. This is how it works. Nobody can gain any access to your account if you don't have the key. Okay? And we can discuss a little bit more. The banks are moving. The 7 banks in Singapore have been disturbing for the last 1 month or 2 because MES has asked to remove all one-time PIN from the mobile banking. Okay, that's all I think I'm going to share, and I'm still within 3 seconds, 2 seconds, and 1 second. Give it back the floor to the organizer. Thank you.